Today we are in dangerous territory because we are going to discuss some of the things that guys say which completely turn ladies off. Now this is useful because it's stuff that you will say on a date, you will say in your long-term relationship, in your marriage, which will 1, stop you getting a second date, 2, potentially get you a slap, and 3, well, you're not going to have any intimacy. You know where I'm going with that. So if you want to find out a little bit more of the things that you should not really ever actually say, this is the video for you. My name is Anna, and if you are watching from the UK today and you are melting in the heat like I am in the studio, give me a huge thumbs up. Let's start the video. The first thing is bragging about your gym gains. Like, yeah, that's great, you go to the gym, but unless we're gym heads ourselves, we probably don't really care. No, I can say that with confidence, we definitely don't care. We don't care what type of routine you have, we don't care about the protein shake you talk about, and we don't really care how much you can deadlift and bench. It's just something that us ladies don't really have an interest in, like I said, unless we are competing for bodybuilding tryouts ourselves. You are literally saying, look at me, I'm fueled up with testosterone, don't you like me, baby? I could pick you up and bench you 30 times. It's a little bit weird, and it's very arrogant at the same time. And remember, women want to date positive guys. We don't care how much you can bench. Yeah, it's nice that you look good, but apart from that, we don't want to hear it. Too many swear words. If you end up giving us sentences which you can't finish an actual sentence without inserting a swear word, it shows you have a lack of intelligence. Now this doesn't apply to every single relationship because there might be ladies that swear a lot themselves, but as an average rule of thumb, specifically on very first dates, try to refrain from swearing as much because it shows that you have to add lots of specific emphasis into your sentences to sound more sincere, to be more exciting, to show your aggression. Basically means that you aren't confident with the things you have to say because you have to add in lots of emphasis. Turning everything sexual. If you are the type of person that turns everything into a sexual innuendo, you come across as slightly strange. Women will assume that 1, you are a virgin and you are obsessed with sex, but 2, it shows that you only just care about sex with her and not actually her for who she is. Women don't ever want to feel used, and this type of behavior makes you come across as a player. Now back in our Jerump video, we actually talk about the signs of perfect attraction. That is having a little bit of sexual tension, but making her feel comfortable. And if you do one or the other, it could be you come across as a player or you come across and you end up getting friend-zoned, which you don't want any of those things. So try to refrain from turning everything sexual. I get it, she might be really hot, you are trying to get her into the mood by talking about sex, but talking about sex really does the complete opposite and will turn her off. Next on the list, we have not texting first. Women do love the chase, and if you want to know more about the psychology of why that is, we do have a video dedicated to just that. You can check that out in just a moment. But in general, women hate to feel like they are the one that's driving the conversation. If you never text her first, one day she's going to scroll through and think, all my messages are blue, there's nothing from the other person. Clearly I'm being too needy and clingy, and she will detach and break away, and that is when she starts giving you the tests. She will start to withdraw and pull away, be a little bit cold to actually find out if you actually miss her. So yes, if you don't text first and you only reply to her messages every once in a while, she's going to be very majorly turned off. Sorry, what did you say? Yes, if you have to ignore your lady, it's a huge turn off. Women don't want to be second best to your smartphone, to Reddit, to your PlayStation, to a sports game. If you have to constantly say, sorry, what babes, I didn't hear you, it's a huge turn off. So please listen if you can. For a girl's product, I actually quite like it. There's something slightly misogynistic when a guy says something along the lines of, you know what, for a lady's razor, it actually works pretty well. Or, you know, for this nail polish here, this actually works really well at removing this adhesive sticker off my car. As you guessed it, it's a little bit rude, and women don't want to hear that they are anything less than equal to guys. Obviously, that's where society is going at the moment. So if you actually manage to come up with a phrase or a sentence or suggest that for a girl's product, that's kind of okay, it makes her feel like, dude, like, what the hell? body shaming. This is in any form of you telling her that she's put on a couple of pounds. This is you comparing her to an ex. This is you comparing her to a celebrity, or basically telling her that she is not good enough how she looks, therefore she needs to change to somehow be good enough for you. Now I get it, sometimes we do pack on the pounds in a relationship, but there's a way of actually wording it in a nice way, but that also means supporting her through that. And if you make her feel that she is anything less than perfect to date you because she's not good enough, this is going to majorly turn her off. Now guys sometimes don't realise the emotional effect that these types of phrases have. I've had it personally. A guy told me that his ex-girlfriend was ridiculously curvy and I should consider getting surgery. And I'm like, well, why do I want to be your girlfriend anymore if I'm clearly not good enough? Is it that time of the month? Because you're pretty angry right now. Women are allowed to have emotions. Women are allowed to be angry, and we don't always have to be constantly menstruating whilst we're angry. We can be angry at anything. There's something a little bit immature when a guy turns around and tells us that we are experiencing a certain scenario based on our bodily functions. It's immature and women just do not like it. Wearing makeup is false advertisement. It's kind of like a swings and roundabout situation. However, women don't put makeup on for guys. They do it for themselves. We will start practicing new eye techniques. We want to buy a new eyeshadow palette and we will put makeup on to make ourselves feel good. And that means we don't leave the house. So yes, some of us practice new makeup techniques at 3 o'clock in the morning when everyone else is asleep. It's something girls do. And we don't wear makeup for your amusement. And if you actually think that we are this perfect with all of our fake eyelashes on, our porcelain skin, well then the problem's actually you. You are just way too emotional. There's something that is such a huge turn off when a guy tells a lady that she is too emotional. Yeah, she has emotions. She's a lot more emotionally stimulated and intellectual than guys. Sadly, that's how women have been created. It makes a lady feel very underappreciated because basically you are saying, how dare you have emotions? Like, you have emotions, that's weird, I don't understand it. The problem is your problem. If you are dating a girl, you have to understand that she does have emotions. She's higher up on that emotional ratio than what you are. So by talking out loud and telling her that she's in the wrong and that she's very sensitive and overly emotional, well, why would you want to date a woman if you weren't willing to put up with the emotional side of her, right? Talking about other women, I get it, guys like the looks of lots of different types of women, but their girlfriends don't want to hear it. If you end up talking about how gorgeous a certain celebrity is, don't expect your girlfriend to give you any intimacy for that night because she will think, wow, I'm being told I'm not good enough. It relates very closely to the body shaming phrase we just talked about. Women want to always be as perfect as they can. They want to feel good about themselves. And when you start talking about how amazing someone else is, they almost feel like all this effort is going to nothing and he doesn't really like me. You are just like your mother. Yeah, we don't want to hear this. If you tell us that we are like our mums, we will probably not want to talk to you for the next couple of hours. It really does turn us off. Sometimes we have less than ideal mother situations, and for you to compare us to our mums, we're like, whoa, that's very below the belt. I'm very offended right now. Insulting your ex. You might be doing it to one-up your current girlfriend by talking about how bad your previous ex-girlfriend was. We understand that, but you actually come across as very toxic because it's very immature that you can't just let that relationship rest. It's over, you forget about it, you're supposed to talk about positive things instead. But if you do start bringing up how terrible she was and start talking about stories, we are kind of like, you are talking about her a lot? Are you over her? Why are you with me? It doesn't actually spur us up to want to have intimate moments with you. Now this ties on very nicely to the previous phrase, and that is insulting her ex. If you feel it's okay to insult her ex-partner because it makes you come out on top, this is actually a very toxic trait. It's bad behavior. And obviously this goes both ways. If she was doing it to your exes, obviously this will definitely apply. If you are insulting someone that she has spent a lot of her time with, it's a sign of immaturity that you are not willing to accept that she once had previous partners before you. Thank you for getting to the end of the video. video. That really means a lot. And something that you can do to really make my day is to subscribe to the membership on our channel. The link in the description bar below will tell you more about what that entails, but specifically you get your name up on our super fan board right here. These are some amazing people that support the channel every single month. If you appreciate the amount of content that we are pumping out on a weekly basis, then this is a great way to say thank you. I really hope you have an amazing day. See you in the next video.